Festival season ramps up, the music options will abound as New Orleans offers a cornucopia of sound on dozens of stages.
And in his latest locally tuned, Rob Krieger introduces us to the Rumble, a group that's rooted in the city and still pushing boundaries.
Indians in the forefront, coming down representing that tribe and that community. The second line that you hear chanting, the drums, tambourine, your neighbor that you picked up along the way who didn't have an instrument, but he picked up that bottle, he took his keys and he started hitting it. And what you hear, that sound, that feel that you feel coming underneath your feet, that's the rumble.
Joseph Boudreau, a third-generation chief of the black-masking Indian Golden Eagles, embeds a foundation of that sound beneath your feet with the Rumble, a collaboration of multiple Grammy-nominated musicians creating a tone on stage that's anchored in tradition but propelled by what's next.
We're in the business of building upon what's come before us. So we're obviously cemented in the past. We have a very clear idea of where we come from, but we also know where we're going.
Grammy-nominated Aurelian Barnes, trumpeter for the Rumble, started that path early, from the washboard to the horn, right next to his father, Bruce Sunpai Barnes.
I've been around music my entire life. Definitely grew up with rehearsals and musicians coming through the house all the time, plenty of different instruments to kind of mess around with.
He's not alone. On trombone to his left, that's Jose Mays Jr., captured here as kids together. Now the Grammy nominees still side by side, fronted by Boudreau, often donning his crown of feathers.
I see you walking around town with a big old crown. You think you look pretty. What's in your spot, boy, y'all? It's about to go down. This my city.
I was born into it. My very first Indian suit was 1987. I wasn't able to walk, but I was able to carry a tradition on.
Boudreau's father, the legendary Big Chief Monk Boudreau, not only has his own Grammy nod, he's also one of the longest masking Indians in New Orleans, still bathing the streets in brilliant colors.
That's just a part of our life. All of us, either grew up in New Orleans or either adapted to a New Orleans culture in such a way that we're always around the Rumble.
That includes a few of the other members of the band finding their way to New Orleans later in life, like bassist TJ Norris, who was drawn to the city's sound as a kid in Florida.
When I was in like 7th grade, I remember going to the library when you could go get CDs. And I pulled out a CD, it was the Dirty Dozen Brass Band Jelly Roll Morton record. And I played that CD so much that my mom took it.
Norris would go on to play with the Dirty Dozen, where he met the rest of his future bandmates, filling in and then becoming a permanent member in their former group Chawa, until 7 members broke away, forming the Rumble last year and creating their own opportunity with ownership of their music.
We make this music through going through hardships. We make it through going through happy times with our family members, our relatives, our loved ones, and we just had to be the ones to own that.
Their sound moves a crowd, captained by Boudreau's commanding calls beneath his pink headdress. At the core, that familiar funk beat plucked out by Norris and driven by drummer Trenton O'Neill, with Andrew Yanowski delighting the ears like clockwork on the keys as guitarist Ari Title saws out rock solos and psychedelic riffs.
The beauty of the Rumble is that even though we have majority black ownership and majority born and bred New Orleanians, everyone is pulling from different experiences, and we're bringing it to the table. I grew up literally playing trombone in my church, playing these songs, but we're playing them a different way, and now we can bring all of this together and just see how beautiful the music is.
It's the desire to depart from the musical map drawn decades ago while still tracing a path alongside the people that paved it that gives the members of the Rumble the confidence to break that mold.
That's our same recipe, is just take the core things that makes this music in this city beautiful and we just add our personalities to it.
There's a universal connection that happens, and we can see it in the people, and they can feel it, and they are not shy about expressing that to us also. So it's really nice to be able to do something that I'm so proud of, and for the people to be receptive as if it's something very familiar to them, even though maybe they've never seen it before. But there is that universal component that reaches people's hearts and minds and their spirit, and that's really the whole point of what we do.
If you haven't seen it, just be ready for the rhythm of the rumble to reroute that second line in your soul.
When you leave a rumble show, you're going to be tired. Yeah, you're going to be tired because you're going to be dancing, you're going to be shouting, you're going to be moving, your hands are going to be up. It's going to be one of those shows that you're going to be like, I can't believe I didn't do that sooner, and I can't wait to do it again.
That was Rob Krieger reporting, and you can catch the Rumble this Friday at their debut album early release party as they showcase their live album ahead of its release in May. And you can also see them this weekend on Saturday at 3:30 on the Abita Beer stage and on Locals Thursday at Jazz Fest.